Let's just have a word on the next instalment, the second instalment of The Princes and the Press. Now, you didn't really hold back last week. You were quite damning in your assessment of the journalism in it. Did your opinion change with the second instalment?
Look, the things I have to do for this job, frankly, if I didn't do my job, I wouldn't have wanted to watch that programme, and I did. I watched the second part. And I just thought, frankly, I think it's a disgrace. And I hope there are repercussions about it, because the more we learn about Amal Rajan and his... Last week we discussed his Republican views, and I thought that it was an inappropriate person to make a documentary about the royal family. But now a lot of stuff has come to light about views he's expressed in the past, in tweets and this sort of thing, where they're frankly very disturbing. He said, very unpleasant things. And so then it does look more like he had an agenda. And why did no one at the BBC question, is he the right person to be making a really important documentary of this kind? And just to give you one example, in the second part of that documentary, they were all portraying how terrible the press was, and there were loads of stories about Harry and Meghan's new house in Windsor, and the impression was that, the press is being terribly unfair, talking about the cost of this house. Nowhere did they look at the facts of the case and about why they didn't move into an apartment that had been prepared for them in Kensington Palace. That literally wasn't even mentioned. So it seemed like there was a real strong agenda behind this programme.
Charlotte, do you think that there's any simmering in the war, it turns out, between the BBC and the Palace?
I think they did. I have heard that they have edited it down, and that is why we didn't see it on the iPlayer in the build-up. So, but whether that has actually placated the Palace, I don't think so. I don't think that this has helped at all, really. I think it's going to get even worse.
Well, they've taken their Christmas Carol show and run away, haven't they? So, yeah.
Well, I think they will have been shocked that, it is our state broadcaster. We all, I know foreign viewers of this show might not realise that, but we all have to pay for the BBC £159 a year. So for that, they have a responsibility, and they do need to be responsible with their programmes, and I do not think this was a responsible documentary.
They had to give so much airtime, didn't they, to Meghan's lawyer, that they actually, apparently, in the editing process, the lawyer's statement had to be there in full, so other things had to be edited down that may have been fairer towards the royal family. But, Meghan's lawyer was there, so her whole edit went in. And that's pretty controversial in itself, I think.
That's all we have time for in our YouTube version of the show. For more royal news, views and videos, head over to Mail Plus. The link is on your screen now.